Right. Pardon me. Hello guys, it's me, Master EJ, and today we're going to be talking about Derren Brown's Ghost Train. As you can probably tell from the title, this is my opinion and my experience. So, let's get straight into this. I went to Fort Park Sunday the 3rd of July. It was Beth's birthday, so that's why we went. I was about to vlog that day. We arrived and it was so busy. We only overall got about 4 or 5 rides, so you can see my point. There was a lot of like cheese puffs there. I'm joking, but there was, but you know. Anyway guys, let's get straight into this. So, as you guys know, I've probably been waiting about 2-3 months for Derren Brown's Ghost Train to be out, you know, to come out. But I think it was worth the wait, my experience on it, and you know, I would 100% give it 1,000, a billion out of 10, you know. My maths isn't very good, I'm joking. Anyway, so let's go straight into this. So, it was just before 1 PM that the queue died down. In the morning the queue was 150 minutes, which was insane. That is like 2 hours and a half. And I was not doing that, I can tell you that. I don't like waiting for rides, as you probably know. I mean, an hour and 15 minutes is alright, but 2 hours and a half, done that. I'd rather buy fast track for like double the price of like Saw fast track. Yeah. Anyway, let me get back straight into this. Right, anyway, so we waited 90 minutes overall, and yeah, I'm just going to describe the queue line first, and then I'll tell you my experiences. So you start off over here, where you first enter the queue line, and you go all the way around and you go around here, and there's this little section that's like concrete, and it's like a rectangle, and it's quite big. That's not part of the queue. And you go around, you go to the first booth, and you have to watch a video, and you get given a ticket. Everyone gets given a ticket, and it says one-way ticket, and it's to get on the ride, and you know. So you can get your photo after. So firstly, you think you're watching a video, but it tells you to go up close to the screen, so I'll picture which I will insert now. Yeah, so our picture wasn't very good because Beth and me and all of us didn't really want to go straight up to the screen and be like, just in case like jumps up, because we never knew. We first time on the road, we never knew what was going to happen at all. So now we know for the future, and yeah. So that took photos of us while we were watching the video, which is quite weird. Yeah, so you come out of that booth and you go round the back by the fences, and then you keep going round and you come to the snack booth, like every queue line has, I think. Saw, then Inferno, Colossus. I don't think Stealth does. No, I don't think Stealth does. Anyway, so yeah, so that is the first part. And then once you get to the snack booth, you've got a little way, and then you come to another booth. Now this booth is to see if you were infected, if you have bloodshot eyes, white eyes, and never eyes. Got the name anyway. Anyway, another type of eyes. It has like a joke or something. So you have to put your face in the screen, and it takes your eyes, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. So you come out of that, and then you come around the corner, and you go all the way down, right by the beginning of the line, where you first enter, and to the right is where you put your bags in quick, and then you have to go and stand left in the concrete, like rectangle box thing, and a man with a microphone, like speaks and tells us the rules, and stuff like that. Obviously it's expensive, like ocular wrists in there and stuff, we don't want them broken, and there's actors in there you don't want to kick in the face. Shout out to Beth, you know, who was flicking our legs everywhere, which could have kicked someone in the face, we never know. We never know. But yeah, overall it was a very, very good ride. Knowing me, you know, just had to look at the guy straight in the face, and when it comes to the third rule, he had to use me, didn't he? He said, girl in the Converse t-shirt, if you want to scream, scream, everyone will be entertained. And knowing me, I looked at Beth and I was like, Beth's going to be the one to scream, not me. But either way, you know, it was the funnest thing ever. I mean, there was jump scares and everything. So the first one we entered, we had to stand against walls and like on these like stair kind of, like 1, 2, 3, like stairs like a stage, but just upstairs. And then you have to look at the screen, and this light bulb was flickering, and the light bulb goes out, and then Derren Brown comes up on the screen, obviously as a hologram, which is pretty cool, you know, futuristic. And he was explaining, and one of his famous quotes that he said was, "If you think you know what a ghost train is, think again." And actually that got my mind thinking. I mean, the stereotype of ghost train is like at the fun fair when you get in the little cart, or you walk around and things pop out at you and stuff. It's completely different. This ghost train is like 100% better. I think if I remember, this is the world's first, so I'm so happy Thorpe Park got the world's first of this. Shout out to Thorpe Park. Anyway, so once you've watched the video and stuff, you're going to you go out and round, up the stairs, and you get onto the train. Now the front of the train looks like a 1980s, I think I said that right, like the Harry Potter train, you know, the red one? Yeah, like that. So then it was really clever. So you got on that path, and then when you get off after watching the first film, the first like ocular rift is it's where you're on a train and stuff. And this is a funny story. There was Lee, Beth, me, my dad, and obviously other people around us. But I was holding Beth's hand because obviously it's the first time. It was really nervous, as a joke, obviously. And so we were all like holding hands in a row and stuff like that. And obviously when you put the ocular rift on, when it started, we looked down, and none of us had bodies, so me and Beth were obviously like holding each other, and we couldn't see each other, so we were like shitting it, like, where the fuck is your body? Which is another cool thing as well. I mean, it could have been better with bodies, but obviously, you know, how are you meant to do a detailed body? Everyone would just look the same. I mean, it's so much better just having a floating head. You know, just a floating head, that's just what you want, floating pair of eyes. But my experience of the first movie was a hobo man and his dog, and the man was like, "There's gas down here," and he was lighting his lighter, and he was like, "The demons are coming," and stuff like that, which is pretty dark, I mean, you know. But the actors and the behind the scenes of making the ocular rift like movie bit was really good. Because obviously Derren Brown created them, he didn't just go buy them from Asda. But yeah, that was really good as well. So when we got off the train, we all turned around and stuff, and we realised we got on one side of the train, and when we got off the other side, this side was painted. So this side was painted like Harry Potter red train. And then this side was painted like an underground, which is really cool, like a London Underground or something. And then there was actors going, "Quick, get off the train." There's pretend security going, "Get off the train, you've got 10 seconds," shouting, being quite, like, you know, firm and stuff. It was really good acting. I'll give it a proper 10 out of 10 for acting. But yes. When we got escorted off the train, off the London side of the train, or underground should I say, we got put in a room, and we come into the room, and it's like an underground tunnels. And we turned around, and there was a train flashing as a joke. Like, it was like in a hole. There was a train flashing with smoke coming out as if it was coming towards us. And then all of a sudden, a pretend fire kind of like explosion broke out, and there was a train coming the other way. So we were in the middle, and there was two pretend trains coming this way. And the actors were going, "Cover your mouth, cover your mouth," as if like there was gas down there and stuff like that. Like the hobo man said, "Watch out, there's gas down here," and he started putting on his lighter. So it kind of all related to each other. And then once they opened the doors and we got on the train again, pretty much it's like it goes around in a massive circle, which I'll explain to you in a bit. So when we got back onto the London train or underground train, I just say underground like London because alright, yeah. Anyway, when we got back onto the underground train, we put the ocular rift back on, we did it in the same order and stuff, and obviously people were touching our legs the first time around, like stroking them. At first we were freaked out, like what is going on, but the second time obviously you have 2 showings, and I think overall it's like 13-15 minutes, something like that, which is, you know, pretty good for worth the wait. And the second time we expected our legs to be touched and stuff, which is pretty good. But other than that, yeah. The second Ocular Rift movie was, I'm not going to go too much into detail, because I want you guys to go and experience it, but this is my experience, is where you're going through the city, and you look out, and half of the train's gone, and you're hanging over the edge, and it looks like a pit of hell, like you're literally going to go down into hell, and fire and stuff. Then there's an earthquake that happens, a volcano, different types, like tsunami, I think there's one. Oh my god, my voice. Tsunami, I think there's one. And then there's weird creatures start coming out of nowhere, burning things, throwing cars, and stuff like that. And then they come up in the screen, it's right in front of your face, and obviously, you know, it's obviously not. And obviously the people touching your leg and stuff. Beth's there going, and you know, she could kick someone in the face, but we never know, because they were so quiet and so good at just stroking the legs without making any sound at all. Which is very good. So once we come off that one, we came off the other side, the red old 1980s train side, which is pretty good. So overall, I give the ride a billion out of 10. It was one of the best rides I've been on at Thorpe Park since. It's my favourite ride now. But obviously, I love roller coasters still. So roller coaster, they're about the same, okay? But yes. So overall, I think you come in here, you go through the like cinema kind of bit, I guess you'll call it. You go up there, you go up the train, and then you get on the first part of the train. You come off the second part of the train, go through a door, go around in a circle, go through, and then yeah, you go out another door. So I think it's just in a massive circle. But I'm not too sure, you know. I'm not the expert on it, but that's just what I think. That's my opinions. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Guys, don't forget to leave a massive like. Hit that subscribe button for more Thorpe Park vlogs, info about Thorpe Park, and yeah, go experience the ghost train. It's one of the best things I've done in my life, worth the wait. I don't like waiting for rides, like I said, but that was worth it. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, once again, shout out to Beth, happy birthday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.